But let me tell you a little bit about Phinity. So Phinity started as an idea back in 2016. I hadn't joined the Mobius Group in any shape, way or form. And I had moved on from a part in my career and I was looking for something up to which to get. So I ended up meeting up with Patrick for a cup of coffee. Like all good things in Cape Town, every new venture starts with a cup of coffee. So in late 2016 we met and the idea of Phinity started to become more of a reality. I joined the group in 2017 in February, 7th of February to be exact. And by the middle of May we had our first product. We launched into AWS and 2 months later we had our first customer. And it was a bank. It was a very large bank and it was an international bank. And we suddenly realized that we actually had something, but we didn't know what we had, and we now had to put a whole bunch of support structures in place. We'd kind of teed it up to the nines from a security perspective, from an innovation perspective, because no one else was really doing what we were doing, but the reality is we still needed to support it and develop a whole bunch of protocols around the tech support to enable our clients to actually use the technology. It took about another 6 months for everything to kind of settle, and once we had settled it, we then started going back to the market and finding out if there were any additional customers out there. And through 2018, we added another 5 customers. Through 2019, we ended up close to 12 customers. That's excluding the MSP stuff that we were doing, so that was essentially direct customers. I think in total it was probably about 20 by the end of 2019. And 2020, we are now readying ourselves for expansion into Europe. We've got our second customer that we landed in Europe late last year, and now we feel it's the right time to kind of expand. So the solutions that we put together with Phinity are really around integrated risk management. So integrated risk management is basically taking people, technology, process, and underpinning that with a whole bunch of data points. And what you get out of that is workflow automation, and hopefully some really cool reporting that will actually impact on the business in a positive way. And when I say the business, pretty much any business that follows a risk-based approach. Any business that has a compliance challenge, any business that has a risk challenge, that is what we solve. So why pick Phinity? So Phinity was not, a bunch of developers didn't go into a dark room for a year and a half and then spit out this thing that was now supposed to be absorbed by the industry. Phinity grew organically. It grew from the very first problem, and that was essentially identified by Patrick around third-party risk management, and that's ultimately where the sort of the underlying or underpinning solution comes from. Every moment thereafter, every feature, every piece of functionality was actually brought to the fore by our customers, by our channel partners, by the design teams, by our marketing teams, all collaborating to come together to essentially help organizations address risk. And you can think about it from a practical perspective, because a lot of our partners have been doing this for several years manually, and they were really starting to feel the pain. Our customers have been doing it manually for several years, and they've been feeling the pain. And a lot of that pain and that they were feeling from an operational perspective, we've looked to address through automation in Phinity.